Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. Stand up for your country. Well, we live in troubling times, and I wish it were not so, but it is. We have an ineffective president, and I don't think that most of you disagree with that. I'm going to show you some new polling today. Americans are losing confidence, if they ever had any, in Joe Biden. He is simply not governing well, and that is the truth. Then we have a crooked media. I mean, I have talked and talked and talked. You're probably bored with it by now, tired of hearing me telling you how corrupt the corporate media is. Then we have a shaky economy. You go into the grocery store and I'm sitting there going, what? And finally, we have progressive madness on display almost everywhere. So these are troubling times. And then you add to it the never-ending saga of Donald J. Trump. And that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. So here's the latest. Grand jury in Manhattan again today. Didn't do anything on the Trump case. Didn't do anything yesterday. Not going to do anything tomorrow. What does that tell you? It's a fiasco. All right, there's a problem. Now, I pinpointed the statute of limitations and all that. We have had the best reporting here on the Trump situation. And if you are BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge members, you can get the transcripts. You can see the show whenever you want. So I hope you guys check it out if you're not in that club. The grand jury is responsible for either indicting Donald Trump or not. Bragg, the prosecutor, the DA in Manhattan, Alvin Bragg, he brings the evidence to the grand jury, and the folks make the decision. Well, I'm told that the folks are a little dubious about this. I don't know whether that's true. That's what anonymous sources are telling me, and I don't trust anonymous sources, as you know. So I'm not reporting that as fact. Anyway, next week, this grand jury has to come back and decide whether to indict Trump or not. Well, that will happen next week. It's not going to drag on like the Hunter Biden thing, because Hunter Biden's never been indicted after 3 years. So I take my message that you hear on the First TV, on all the radio stations that you listen to me on, and YouTube, and you name it, we're there. I took it out last night to News Nation. Roll the tape. We have entered the official fiasco zone. So this grand jury today not sitting was no accident, because I understand this is speculation for the Cuomo audience, not based on facts. But what I'm being told by anonymous sources, which, you know what they are, is that many assistant attorney general, district attorneys in Manhattan, are telling their boss, Alvin Bragg, you're not going to win. So I believe, and I could be wrong, that Bragg now is second-guessing himself. Now, for those of us who live in and around New York City, and you're one of them, Alvin Bragg has been the worst district attorney in my lifetime, and I'm born and bred New Yorker. He has single-handedly led to the deaths of hundreds of people by not enforcing the law. 50% of the felonies presented to his office are either dismissed or busted down to misdemeanors. This is a man who does not want to prosecute fentanyl dealers, people who punch other people, knife other people. He doesn't want to do it. So this guy's got all kinds of problems apart from the Trump deal, which will never see a jury. Now keep that analysis in mind. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Now Alvin Bragg has another problem. Congress wants to call him to explain this fiasco. He is resisting that. Now, I don't know whether a congressional committee is going to issue a subpoena for Alvin Bragg to come to Washington and force him to testify about what he's doing. Bragg saying you have no right, federal government has no right to intrude on a state and city prosecution. That'll be an interesting legal thing to see play out. But Bragg's got problems up to here on this Trump situation. The second soundbite I want to play you is from WABC Radio, our flagship, this morning with Sid Rosenberg, who I do every Thursday. Roll a tape on that.
Bragg himself not going to survive this because he now has put himself in a position where if this goes south, and it will, it's all on him. He can't blame anybody else. I mean, I know that this man is way in over his head running this DA's office. Do you realize that every single New York City police officer, and about 40,000 of them now, probably less because so many are quitting, they hate him.
And Bragg, as we reported yesterday, has lost about 100 assistant DAs since he's been in office for 15 months. So he didn't even have the personnel to prosecute felonies in New York City because they won't work for him. And the cops, as I said, cops said, like this guy, because Bragg is anti-law enforcement, but bullish on getting, and that's the right word, Donald Trump. Does that seem fair to you? Does it really? Even if you hate Trump, I was emailing back and forth with a guy who teaches journalism in New England who hates Trump. And he can't not hate him. I mean, he can't. I present fact after fact after fact after fact. It doesn't matter. And I've known this guy for so long. All right. That's why I do it. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't a friend of mine. But you get to a point where the corruption then overrides whatever criminal justice matter there is. And this is not right. Even if you hate Trump, you got to know it's not right. So let me just clarify that if Trump did what Bragg says he did, used his corporate accounts to pay off a woman not to talk about whatever she was going to talk about, and I don't know what happened, and neither do you, nobody knows, okay? That is a misdemeanor in New York, and the statute of limitations is 2 years, so that you can't bring it. So Bragg's desperately trying to find a way to get it up into a felony, which is a 5-year statute of limitations, which would be over, except Bragg is pulling out this card that the 5 years is based on continuous residency in New York. So if you go out for a vacation for a week, they take it off. It's so convoluted and crazy that it's never going to fly. And that's why I say it's never going to see a jury. The payment to Stormy Daniels was made October 27, 2016. And yesterday we reported that the guy who made the payment, Michael Cohen, who worked for Trump as an attorney, put in writing through his attorney, look, I just did this. Trump didn't tell me to do it. Who knows? What I do know is the case is unbelievably weak. Feds passed on it. Cy Vance, who's Bragg's predecessor as DA in Manhattan, passed on it. But Bragg is doing it, I believe, because of George Soros. Okay, so Bragg owes all of his power to George Soros, who's pumped more than $1 million into political action committees that helped Alvin Bragg. I think that's what this is all about. I can't prove it, so I couldn't bring a charge, and I wouldn't. This is just my opinion based upon what I know. All right, Mar-a-Lago documents. Now, I don't know much about this. I'm going to spend the weekend investigating, trying to find out what the deuce is going on this. So a federal judge has ruled that Trump's lawyer has to come in and answer questions that would be under attorney-client privilege. But the judge knocked out that privilege because there might be a crime. I don't know what's going on. I have to be honest with you. I've been focused on this New York case, but over the weekend, I'm going to try to find out. So Monday, when I come back, I'll be able to tell you an educated opinion about it. The lawyer is Evan Cochran. He's a good lawyer. He is supposed to testify tomorrow, March 24th, before a grand jury. All right. I guess that's in D.C. courts. In D.C. So I'll try to find out. This is a hard one to nail down. And that's the memo, okay? And if you have any questions at all about anything, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. I will answer as many as I can. If you are a concierge member to BillO'Reilly.com, you automatically get an answer from me quickly. All right, so if you're a concierge member, you got questions, you get them answered. Everybody else, I mean, I'm going to do a lot of mail tonight, but I'll answer your questions if I can. Protecting your online privacy has never been more important, and StartMail is the perfect solution to ensure your personal data remains secure. Founded in 2013, StartMail has been on a mission to provide privacy-first email services that protect its customers from advertisers, government surveillance, and spam. StartMail also makes it easy to generate unlimited disposable email addresses to protect your inbox from spam and phishing attempts. It even has a migration tool that allows you to move your emails and contacts from Gmail, Outlook, Yahoo, and other providers with just a few clicks. Best of all, sign up today and save 50% on your first subscription year. So please join the thousands of people who have chosen StartMail. Go to startmail.com/bill to take advantage of this limited time offer. Protect your online privacy and enjoy ad-free email communication without surveillance. StartMail with a T.com/bill, 50% off. Okay, let's go to the mail. Vida Willens, Manitowoc, Wisconsin. O'Reilly, you mentioned that Trump is confident he'll win the Republican nomination. You also mentioned he realizes winning the general will be more difficult. With that in mind, why would he even accept the primary nomination? Because he believes he can win. He thinks he can pull it off just like he did in 2016. As simple as that. Lee Sullivan, Tavares, Florida. So Trump felt disrespected because DeSantis used the word porn star. Trump is the biggest mudslinger of my lifetime. And he did fire the first shots. Not in that case. Not in that case. I mean, DeSantis fired the first shots there. But, you know, your point is well taken. Trump is, you know, he fires. No doubt about it. Mark Bishop, Captain Cook, Hawaii. Wow. I've never been to Captain Cook. I got to check that out. Hey, Bill, I was wondering, with all legal proceedings of Donald Trump, why it's not considered extortion on the part of Stormy Daniels? Look, I'm not getting involved with this Stormy Daniels thing. I don't know anything about it. All right? It's a civil beef. It's not a criminal beef. Yes, extortion is a crime, but in order to prove it, you've got to go through all kinds of machinations. But I just can't give you any definition on it. Mary Jane is a concierge member. Thank you, Mary Jane. I hope you are enjoying your access to me. Sarah Palin was a great governor, but when she ran with John McCain, she fell short. Governor DeSantis is doing a good job in Florida, but running a nation is a far different story, especially in these difficult times. Absolutely right. There's no doubt about it. And the Ukraine mistake that DeSantis made was a significant error. Donna, concierge member. Donna and Mary Jane. There you go. I would like our next president to be strong, intelligent, non-polarizing, and have the personality to bring the country together. I don't know if Jesus is coming back to run. You know, I don't know if we have anybody who could bring the country back together. Jesus could do it. Carol, concierge member, look at this. And I don't just pick concierge members. We pick the best letters. What horrifies me most about Joe Biden is not solving America's problems, is he hasn't held a cabinet meeting in months. He may hold these meetings and we don't know. So that's possible. But certainly the guys, as I've documented, if you read the message of the day, I mean, it's on BillO'Reilly.com, it just tells you all you need to know about Joe Biden and his efficiency. David Langston, Paducah, Kentucky. Mr. O'Reilly, you stated that if Donald Trump is indicted, that the Republicans will come after Joe Biden. I would hope that if James Comer had solid evidence against Biden for corruption, he would bring it no matter what. But that's not what I said. I said it's on steroids now. Yeah, they were always investigating the Biden family, always. As soon as the Republicans got in, they started that in January. But now they're starting with a vengeance. And the leaks are going to, you watch. That was the point. Donald Callahan, Traverse City, Michigan. Whatever happened to John Durham? Hey, he's still making money off us. He's still making money off us, Donald. Still there. I don't know what he's doing. What a disappointment, huh? If you don't have anything, resign. Okay, John Durham, don't keep taking my money. Living large for what, 5 years now? All expenses paid. You get a nice salary. For what? If you don't have it, say you don't have it. Peace. Peter, Punta Gorda, Florida. Love the Stand Up for Your Country mug. They're different than the Team Normal mugs, but both are great. Thanks for the great shows every evening at 8 p.m. on the 1st. Helps calm me down after the fake news. I'm glad we're a calming agent, but we're more than that, and you know it. We're giving you information no one else will give you, and we're looking out for your health and your money and everything else. Okay? I mean, we are here. We want you to prosper in every way. You, the viewer and listener. Richard Veneman, Alexandria, Kentucky. Bill, excellent program with Brett Tallman, and I'm going to use a soundbite from Brett in a moment. This is why I'm a premium member. Also, membership allows me to watch the program, the No Spin News, anytime I want. That is a big advantage because people are busy and they're off and they're traveling. Get it anytime you want, and the transcript. Free. All right, Team Normal, we want you to get the gear because we already had to reorder, and it's going all over the place. Now, I'm going to model these shirts when I get around and somebody taking my picture, the hats, the mugs. They're really Team Normal. I explained yesterday what it's all about. It's fun, and it, engenders conversation. We need to talk to each other here. Also, this is only going to last for 3 more days. I'm going to give you, because I like you, The United States of Trump and Killing Crazy Horse, both books for $12.95. That's insane. We lose money on it. But I have some in the inventory, so only until Sunday. Then that disappears forever. So you want to read The United States of Trump and Killing Crazy Horse, this is the time. Word of the day, this is a brand new word, no yapping. Y-A-W, yawping. Y-A-W, yawping, P-I-N-G. Real word, no yawping. When writing to the No Spin News, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Right back with the final thought. Bill O'Reilly here for Lone Star Transfer. If booking your timeshare has been difficult in the past, it's been almost impossible lately. Most clients are shocked to learn that their timeshare is now available to the public, severely limiting booking options. Many owners are upset their yearly dues have nearly doubled during this maintenance fee season. For well over a decade, this family-owned company has had the pleasure of helping more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out of their timeshare fees. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and more than 900 5-star testimonials, Lone Star Transfer is a company you can trust. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and in a specific time frame. So please call my friends today for a free, no-obligation consultation at 855-551-7066, 855-551-7066, or online at lonestartransfer.com. All right, final thought. I thought our coverage this week was excellent on the Trump thing. I hope you agree. And part of the excellence was Brett Tallman, a guest we had on Tuesday, who just knocked it out of the park as far as putting everything in perspective. Go.
The state charge he wants to bring, where he's barred by the statute of limitations, and the federal charge, which is also been reviewed by federal authorities, and they refuse to bring it for lack of evidence. And so what you have is the frustrating position of a local, DA exercising that really broad and powerful authority to bring it against a politician.
And that is the key why this will never get anywhere, because if the Supreme Court, for example, were to allow this, every politician serving in Congress, serving in the presidency, could get attacked by a local person. Okay? Now, there'd have to be some kind of situation, but believe me, you can find something on everybody. Everybody. And this would just throw our political system into absolute chaos. So those are the kinds of things we bring here on the No Spin News. You'll never get them in the corporate media. Right? Most of them are rooting for Trump to get hurt. They want him to go down. And the ones that love Trump, they're not going to tell you the deficiencies of him. They won't mention it. So here, you'll get a fair play. Thank you for watching and listening to the No Spin News. New column Sunday, noon. We'll see you on Monday. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.